Hey guys, I just want to do a little follow-up here. So this was a place I visited a couple years ago in Alton, New Hampshire, and it's along the old Boston to Maine Railroad when it crossed the Merrymeeting River, letter S Road. If you're from the area, you know what I'm talking about. The bridge no longer exists, but the bridge abutments, they're massive, still there. Those are actually historical landmarks because that line was said to have been, the railroad that built Alton Bay, essentially. But when I went walking up there, right along the side of the road there, you'd climb up a hill. There's a pond right there I was going fishing at and stuff too, but I was also exploring. And you walk along the old rail bed, which you can't even tell it's a rail bed today. I did find a bunch of old telegraph poles. Now, when I was there, I wasn't paying that much attention, except for I did make a video of it, and you could just tell in the video I was just totally blown away by it because I had never found anything like that before. But one thing I didn't notice when I was there, but I'm noticing looking at the pictures now, is these pins. So obviously these are full wooden pins, right? So these date back quite a ways. But the interesting thing is, and I don't know if you can catch this here, this is a full pin right here, and it's not threaded. I don't know if you can see that. Now that's perfectly straight at the top. That's as high as it would have been. And they're at a point because they're rotted, these ones. So you can see where they would have run, about that height. But I didn't realize at the time, these are not threaded. So I found some pins, some poles that are a hell of a lot older than I thought they were. So if you find a threaded pin, threading, I think they started threading them around 1870, something like that. So if you find one that's threadless, you've got something. And if you find an insulator hanging around here, you really got something. That dates back a long, long ways. Right here is another shot of this pin right here, which I can't believe I didn't notice it then. But look at that. That's full right there because the top of it's flat. These ones, again, are rotted. They're pointed. All the broken off pins are in here. There's no threads. So I wish I'd known better at the time. I mean, when you're walking through there, the ground is so soft because there's so many leaves and stuff. You would have to really dig. Now, I don't know when these were cut down, and I don't know the reason why they were cut down. It seemed pretty stupid and senseless. They're not bothering anyone. They're way up elevated, away from the road. They're not in a yard. They're not near anything. So what the purpose would have been to cut these down, I have no clue. I wish they had just left them alone. Again, I don't know what year they were cut down, but I did see some pictures a few years ago of these online, a couple of them, from about 1986. So again, I don't understand the motivation to cutting them down to begin with. And again, let's get a look at this. Again, here's some full pins, especially right here. This is not threaded. And I mean, again, to find something on the ground here would be really difficult because of all the leaves. It's really thick in here. It's possible when they were cut down, someone stripped it anyway. Because a lot of these are like this, they're double. So you would have had a lot of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So you would have had quite a few insulators there if there was any left. I still don't get why they cut them down. Because if you look where they are, there's just nothing here. And you can see this one's laying down. You can see where I think that's the part that's cut off right there, the little stub that's left. I can't tell. Looks like it. Anyway, this pole you can see significantly rotted. These you can't really tell. This one right here, you can kind of see the top of it. I don't see threads in these. These you wouldn't see them anyway, but right here you might. Here you might, but it's kind of rotted away right there. But yeah, so here I am a couple years later looking back on these going, yeah, you screwed up. because you might have found something else there. Because at that time, I wasn't really looking for insulators. I wasn't really, I was just trying to trace where the tracks ran from the old bridge, which no longer exists. Yeah, I can hear a train in the background now. And the wind. But yeah, I think I really screwed up. I missed an opportunity there, I think, because I'm not seeing threads. Even on these thick pieces that seem to be whole, I'm not seeing any threads. So if you're in the area, you know what I'm talking about. You just pull over on letter S Road in Alton. It's literally what it's called. That's where people pull over to go salmon fishing right there. And you pull over, look at your right, and there's a big hill. Just walk up that hill. And once you get to the top, you'll see the back of the old bridge abutments. And just walk back as far as you can go. It's not very far. What I was trying to do was walk it all the way back into Alton, into town. But the brush was so thick. Because I was just trying to figure out how that connected between where the police station is. Because that's where the trail comes through, where the tracks used to be. And they have the B&M Railroad Park. So I was just trying to figure out how that connected, because those bridge abutments were so high. It just seemed odd to need those right there. But I mean, the hill is really high too. And it just didn't look right compared to what the road is today. But again, the landscape changed, everything changes. It just looks different. So it's been quite a sort of an angle to cross the road there. But yeah. And this is another look. This is pretty much a full pin here, and there's no threads, because it would have been threaded for a little ways, you know. These ones are rotted, but yeah, I really screwed up there, man. This one, I can't see any of them, but yeah, I was actually really shocked to find these. And then we got, I forgot what that's called, a lady slipper or something like that. But anyway, yeah, that was interesting. I was just looking back on these thinking, wow, those are actually threadless pins as far as I could tell. And if you find a threadless insulator, you've got some of the originals like that. Those are worth a lot of money. But I'm not sure I would have been able to find anything in there actually, because it's again, the leaves are so thick. But if you dig around, who knows? Yeah, all right, I just wanted to show you that. And if you've seen these before, maybe you know when they were cut down. I don't know. Like I said, the last pictures I saw of them standing were in the 80s. So I just don't understand the reason for cutting them down. But yeah, if you're ever hiking up that way, or you're around, I think it's called Mill Pond. It's across from the Alton fire station. It's a big bass in there, by the way. Yeah, go up that hill and check these out. Maybe you could find something. All right, that's it. I'll see you soon.